Love is difficult in all its many forms. No one in this world can force themselves to love. It's just not possible. Just because somebody loves you doesn't mean that you have to love them back. Always be nice about it, though. I always struggle to understand love. How each form is so similar yet so different. The way that you love your friends is not the same as the way that you love your partner, and yet in many ways it is exactly the same. Maybe that's why I always thought that I was in love with my friends. Because I am, just not in that way. The way that's supposed to last, but half the time it doesn't. Sometimes I think that love was never supposed to be permanent. I've always tried to think rationally and logically. To me, that was the path to the least pain. I think I may have been wrong about that. I never thought that I would lose anyone close to me. At least not in any permanent capacity. And I always thought that if the worst was to happen, that I would be okay with it. That I would be able to cope. Because in the grand scheme of the universe, we are tiny. If you put the entire history of the Earth into a 24-hour day, then humanity has been around for just over a minute. That means that our lives are less than a second. How could I miss someone when I would see them again in less than a second? There is one glaring flaw in that theory. I do not possess the perspective of the universe. From my perspective, there's a long road ahead. I hope to live a long life, which means another 60 years, at least. I think 60 years is long enough to miss someone. In the end, life happens. I lost someone very close to me. Someone who helped me through my darkest times. And I won't see them again in less than a second. I will spend my whole life missing them. Taking a logical approach to love is in itself illogical. Love is random and irrational. You won't know when or where it will happen. You'll just know who. Throughout our lives, we love so many people. Most of them won't stay in your life for its entirety. Some will drift off and you'll barely notice. Others, when others go, it'll feel like the ground has collapsed beneath you. And you have fallen into a pit that you'll never escape. Those relationships hurt the most. but they are the most worthwhile. That friend, lover, family member may be gone, but they have left you with the specific tools that you need to dig your way out of that pit. My friend left me with hundreds of amazing memories to look back on. They believed in me when I was at my lowest, and I will never forget that. Losing them forced me to believe in myself, if only a little. It was enough to give me the strength to completely change my life, cutting ties that were dragging me down and finding people that I could raise up and who would raise me up with them instead of just leaving me behind. I love them for the times that we shared, and I love them for the ridiculous stories of the times that I missed. I know that I'll see them again, and I will spend my whole life collecting amazing stories to tell them on the day that I do. Remember that love is all around. You may not be able to see it or feel it, but it's there, and it always will be. My love for the people in my life will outlast me by a mile. I hope they know that.